Hey, Viking fans, it's that time of the season again. Yes, sir, it's Packers week. The Vikings have a unique opportunity to play spoiler. Let's talk about that next in 3, 2, 1. Gather around, Skull brothers and sisters. I'm your host, Dave. This is Skull World, brought to you by Minnesota Sports Talk. Let's go, Skull Vikings. We got a unique opportunity to play spoiler. Why? Why are we the spoiler? Well, because we're in the playoffs. We're the division winners. The worst we can do is finish in third in the seeding. And the Packers, lose and they're probably out. I don't know the math, but hey, it's going to be tough for them to pass so many teams and get to the 7 seed if they're 8 and 7. So right now there's it would be even worse. 8 and 9 they would have to get. So there's 7 and 8. They would lose. It'd be 7 and 9. It's almost it's highly unlikely to make the playoffs. So that'd be us playing spoiler. That's what I'm talking about. We're going to talk about that next, but before we do, let's talk about ChuckForeman44.com. We have a partnership with them. Go to ChuckForeman44.com. Use Skull15 at checkout, and you'll get 15% off. If you subscribe, like, and comment below on this video and any other video up until January 3rd, you'll be entered to win a contest of a Chuck Foreman autographed 44 jersey. Now, next, also we have a partnership with Fanatics. There'll be links in the description below. Copy one of those links, put it in a search engine, and if you purchase anything from Fanatics using those links, you'll be helping out the channel. So let's talk about it. Kirk Cousins against the Packers never wins a big game. Never wins a big game. Obviously, that's different. He's leading the league in comeback victories the last 3 years combined. And he set an NFL record with his 8th come from behind fourth quarter victory. But let's throw in this. He's 5-3-1 against the Packers. He played them once when he was with Washington in 2017, beat them. He was 1-0 as a Washington Redskin with them. And he's 4-3-1 with the Vikings. His first game against the Packers, he threw for 450 yards. That was a game Carlson got canned after he missed some field goals. Next week, we get blown out by the Buffalo Bills. Forecast of Josh Allen to come. Now all these stats here, he is doing better against the Packers than he is having with the year he's having this year. 281.2 yards per game. That's more. 67.4% completion percentage, was better than what he's doing. 20 TDs, so over 2 TDs a game. 5 interceptions and 111.3 passer rating. So he outperforms his career averages, for that matter, against the Packers. So, hey, are the Packers games big games? Well, if that's the case, he's 5-3-1, 4-3-1 as a Viking. I'd say Kirk Cousins is doing fine in big games, especially against our rivals. I like our chances with Kirk Cousins against the Packers going into this game. We're battle tested. We're road tested. We've won tough games. The game going to Buffalo, that was cold. It had snow. I think the weather might even be better in Green Bay when we go play them this time. We came back on that game. This is a game we can control from the start. They are not as good as Buffalo. They're not as good as the Eagles. They're not as, we lost the Cowboys at home. We lost the Lions on the road. We're 2 plays away from beating the Lions. We're plenty of plays that we just gave up that game that otherwise we would have been there right at the end, if not winning the game. So those were our 3 losses, 2 blowouts, and then the Lions. Now, Now we play the Packers. They're going to be playing. This is a playoff game for us or them. If so, we might as well make it a playoff game for us. We win, we're still in the 1 seed potentially. If we win out and Philly loses out, if we win, we're still in the 2 seed. If we lose and San Fran wins, we're now in the 3 seed. We still would have an opportunity to get the 2 seed. We'd have to rely on San Fran losing and us winning again. But hey, let's not change this. We control our destiny. The Packers don't. Let's go get them. Let's knock them out of the playoffs. Let's talk about this. Division winners. We're not the little brothers of the division. We're the big brothers of the division. We won 19 of Central and North Division titles. Buccaneers were in the Central. I don't have them here, even though they had, I think, 3 Central Division titles, which is as many as the Lions have had altogether in that time period. But as far as the division goes, Central and North, Vikings, Kings of the North, 19, Packers 16. This includes this year. Bears 11, Lions 3. So all this talk about how, the Vikings have always been the little brothers of this division, that's farthest from the truth. There is entire almost 2 decades where the Packers are bottom dwellers. The Vikings were winning division after division. And that was the 70s and the 80s. And it wasn't until Brett Favre came in 1992 that things changed. So they actually, and this is where it changed. We used to lead this by a ways, and then Packers slowly got back, and then it took an Aaron Rodgers going on a big streak against us. In the Vikings 56, Packers 63, and 3 ties. So we're 7 short. That would mean we'd win this year, and then 3 more times we would sweep them, and we'd be tied up again. So we got some work to do. Will that happen? I don't know. We'll find out. But hey, it's been a rivalry. They'll say that they have a bigger rivalry with the Bears. They're kidding themselves. The next thing I want to talk about, what is happening this year? 12-3, 7-8. We win this game. They go 7-9. I don't see them making the playoffs. I believe they got to win out. Vikings are 12-3, where I picked them to go 12-5 at the beginning of the year. And when we got the schedule, I picked us 12-5. We're 12-3. I actually had us losing this Packers game. Of course, they're not as good as team as I thought they'd be. They're playing right now about what I expected them to be. But 12-3, we got the momentum. They got the momentum. Let's spoil it. That's why the Vikings are going to be spoilers tonight, or Sunday or Saturday. Hell, when are we playing? I think we're playing Sunday this time. 12-3 versus 7-8. Let's go. Super Bowls. That's where they got us. 0-4, 4-1. Last time was 2011. Aaron Rodgers. Crazy year. We would have had them, knock them out of the playoffs late in the season. Our receiver toe hit the end line. Would have put us up, win the game. It did. It hit the end line. It was so close though. And they went on to win the Super Bowl. They went to the playoffs at 9-7, won the Super Bowl in 2011 with Aaron Rodgers. They had like 19 guys on the DL. Crazy season for them. But that's the last time they went to the Super Bowl. The only time Aaron Rodgers has won one. They did go to 2 back in 97 and 98, winning one of them against the Steelers. I think they lost lost one against the Patriots. The Vikings are 0-4, and we know that. But we were the first team to 4 Super Bowls. We could have been the Steelers, man, if we won those 4 Super Bowls. But that's all in the past. We got a new regime. We got new coaches. We got players that play together. 8 come from behind victories this year. This is a special team. This is a special season. Record breakers. People are down on us still. and all we do is show up and win games. Let's do it on the road against the Packers. That's all I'm saying, man. Vikings QB since 92. This is probably the cause of it. We're killing them. We're controlling the division. The Bears are probably second in leading the division, victories. We go through 26 different quarterbacks that started a game for the Minnesota Vikings since 1992. Why did I pick 92? Because that's when Brett Favre took over. And in 1992, he went on a Iron Man streak of playing consecutive games. He only had one other starter, the Magic Man. I forget how it's Magikowski or whatever. I don't know. He won the job over him in year one and just took off from there. He finally lost his Iron Man streak with the Vikings in that second year in 2010. The Packers under Aaron Rodgers had 6 different starters, mainly because of some injuries. But the Packers have only had 7 quarterbacks, but mainly 2. 2 starting quarterbacks, but a few guys had to sub in because of injury to Aaron Rodgers. Otherwise, this is crazy. It took 2 NFL Hall of Famers. Aaron Rodgers will be a Hall of Fame. Don't kid yourself. 2 NFL Hall of Famers to tip this back in the Packers' direction. And we still, let's go back, still hold division titles record against them. Still do it. It took 2 NFL Hall of Fame quarterbacks to get them to pass us in wins, but we still held the division title record. Let's go. Skull Vikings. This is a big game, guys. It's a big game, guys. Let's go get it. This is a feather in our cap, knocking the Packers out of the playoffs. I'm going to talk about that all and more. I got Chuck Foreman tonight. I got Shelby tweeting on Wednesday. I got a Packer fan that talks some crap to me, and I'm putting them on the air on Thursday. Let's go Vikings. Let's go. Also tonight, this is Tuesday. Besides Chuck Foreman, I also have Purple Pocket Podcast. We are on Purple Code. We're going to go live again tonight, 9:15. But Chuck Foreman's at 8:15 Central, 9:15 Eastern. Chuck Foreman on Under the Lights at 6:30, 7:30 Central. Let's go. Skull Vikings. Cue the music.